Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser, and today we're going to be reviewing the NECA Terminator Series 3 set of figures. This includes the Liquid Nitrogen T1000, the T800 Tanker Truck Pursuit version, and Kyle Reese. The Kyle Reese figure is actually brand new, and the T1000 and T800 are actually just simple repaints of previous release Terminator figures. We'll get into that a bit more later. But let me start by saying the Kyle Reese figure is probably the only figure out of this entire series that you'll want to get. I'll get into the pros and cons of the other figures later. The Kyle Reese figure is very well done. There's a couple glaring flaws that I'll hit on in a bit. But we'll start off with the T800 here. Pretty much the same detailing and figure design as the police station assault version that was released, I want to say either earlier this year or last year. Actually comes with the exact same head from that release. The head on this one is very well done. It's very bloody. It's got some really cool exposed endoskeleton portions there. Although it does look like the skin's a bit soft, like it doesn't look as defined as I guess I kind of would have rather had it. But for what it is, it's not bad. Really love the head design, and then there's basically just some battle damage portions on the chest and on the jacket. I think the only thing they probably could have done a bit better with this is to add some more blood to the face. From what I remember, when he's driving the truck chasing Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese, his face has a lot more blood dripping around the eye and the mouth area. So, but overall, not bad. There's some damaged portions on the hands there. Same accessories, the two weapons. As far as articulation, you have rotation in the head, in the shoulders, elbows, wrists, rotation at the waist, and then rotation at the ankles. The jacket, of course, is made out of this sort of rubberized plastic, so it's pretty flexible. Overall, not a bad figure, although it is pretty much just a simple repaint. They changed the hands and then added some bullet holes. It would have been nice if he had his jacket zipped up for this figure. From what I remember in the film, I think it is zipped up for portions, and then other shots you see his jacket open while he's driving, so it would have been nice to have that as an option, but not exactly a deal breaker. But that's about it for the T800. Like I said, he just comes with the alternate head and the two weapons, so that is it for him. Next up, we'll do the Liquid Nitrogen T1000, and I really have no idea where to begin with this figure. This is just a complete and utter clusterfuck. Fans have been wanting a Liquid Nitrogen T1000 since they started releasing figures for the series, and they had a great opportunity to make a incredibly memorable figure for the NECA line, and then just drop the ball ridiculously. And first off, we'll start with this. I have this on a stand just because the balance for these figures has always been a little off for me, and they tend to fall over. The one thing that I remember them seeing, or saying in particular, that they were really excited about was this flocking technique that they applied to the figure. Now, if you remember in the film, he's really frosted over after the nitrogen hits him, and it's a cool effect, but the way they did this, he looks more like a salted pretzel, and it doesn't really have that sort of frosted look to it. It would have been better if they would have actually just left him this sort of bluish silver color. That would have worked perfectly, and I think that would have sold the figure a lot better. This, it really does look like a salted pretzel. And what's ridiculous is this flocking stuff comes off very easily. When I received mine, there was just a ton of this stuff floating around the package from where it's rubbed off. So, and I'm not sure what they applied it with, but the figure itself has this sort of greasy feeling to it from whatever the paint application had on it. But yeah, there's little pieces coming off here and there. It's just really uneven looking. And it's just a complete and utter mess. Now, that said, the color itself is not bad. This looks very, very cool, and it's very cool that they actually released this sort of version for it. But one of the things that I know a lot of people were hoping for were some modification pieces, like as far as accessories goes, maybe an arm that was shattered, or some added leg articulation so they could have the broken ankles, and just portions like that. They release it with some of the other T1000 versions. I'm not sure why they couldn't just include it with this one. Just, you know, nothing really crazy, just like a cut off arm. That's it. You wouldn't have to put any articulation in it, just a piece you could pop off, pop on, and be done with it. But they went for the cheap way out and just did a repaint and salted it, and it comes with the exact same handgun as the, I want to say it was the Galleria Mall T1000, but this was included in another T1000 figure as well. The articulation is the same as the other one. Basically, head articulation, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then there is knee articulation on this one, and then it rotates at the base of the knee joint there, and then waist articulation. Damn it, this flocking shit keeps coming off all over the place. This is just, it's just a complete and utter mess, and I think it would have been a lot nicer if they would have just left it, like I said, without the flocking, because then it would have at least resembled the character. This just looks like he was rolling around in the snow or something. It's just silly. Give you kind of a 360 of that real quick here. Other than that, I really love the original release of this figure, the Motorcycle Cop T1000. I can't remember if that's the exact title, but you know what scene it's from. And that figure was well done. It came with a couple different accessories, including an optional hand portion, but not here. So that was my real problem with this, was just the flocking and lack of accessories. So honestly, I would pass on this figure. If you have the other version, that's the not liquid nitrogen version of this figure, I would just stick with that. Be happy and content with it, because this is just, ugh, yeah. So, last but not least, we've got Kyle Reese, and this is a very well done figure. The detail is just really nice. Really good paint app there. The coat's well done. It's made out of that sort of plastic rubber. Great detail on his shoes. There's ankle articulation here. As far as articulation for this figure, he does have waist articulation at the ankle, elbows, wrists, shoulders, and then head is on a ball joint at the base of the neck, actually. Now, the biggest problem I have with this is focused on the biggest detail of this figure, which is the sawed-off shotgun. Now, I've seen on Twitter, NECA has tried to back up their reasoning for this, but it made no fucking sense whatsoever. In the film, and you can look up the clip if you want, in the film, he modifies the shotgun and then takes this rope piece and puts it over his right shoulder. They even do a close-up of the shot of him putting it over his right shoulder. And in this figure, it's glued into the left side of his coat. I have no fucking idea why they did that. That's like NECA is known for being incredibly screen accurate, and this is just like a complete opposite direction here. So I'm just not sure what to do with it, because the rest of the figure's wonderful. It's really well done, but this is just like from the scenes where he pulls out the shotgun at Tech Noir, and when you see him putting it into his coat in the alleyway, it's on his right shoulder. You can even frame by frame it in the Tech Noir scene and see him have the rope come out on the right side of his shoulder. So I have no idea why they did that. That's just me. It just seems like a simple mistake they could have easily fixed, glued it to the opposite side, and been done with it. But no, they wanted to make fools of themselves, so whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe it's just a big deal to me, but they normally pride themselves on screen accuracy, and that was kind of a letdown. So, that said, the sawed-off shotgun looks pretty cool. Pretty simple. Fits in his hand nicely. You don't really have to mess around with it a whole lot to get it to fit in there. And then it also came with a nice little cheap accessory, which was pretty cool. Comes with a little picture of Sarah Connor. It's just a little piece of, it's not paper, it's like a very thin cardboard almost, but it's got a lot of detail to it. It looks just like a little printout, so that was kind of cool. Other than that, the figure is really well done. I mean, the big detail issue aside, a lot of really cool detailing went into this. The shoes, the pants, he's got the sort of paint all over there on the shirt and everything. And the face, it looks close enough. I mean, it's not, it's not even 100% on, it's not even like 80% on, but it's close enough, I guess. Seeing as how we've never actually had a Kyle Reese figure before, beggars can't be choosers, and this is pretty much the only one on the market right now, so you get what you get. But overall, this is really the highlight of this series. I'm fairly certain this is going to be NECA's last with the Terminator series, unless they release some more repaints, which, we can easily see them doing, because that's what they tend to do. Overall, just a very disappointing series. I was really expecting more from the T1000 in particular, and then the whole rope issue with the Kyle Reese just really just shows that they really are kind of half-assing it with some of their releases just to get some more bucks for their product lines. But it's understandable. Times are hard. They gotta figure out cheap, easy workarounds around stuff. So whatever. But overall, Kyle Reese, definitely a win there. The T800, the Tinker Truck Pursuit figure, is well done. It is a repaint overall, but it's well done. And then the T1000, I just fuck it. There's no other way to put it. Just fuck that figure. It's so horribly done. But yeah, if you have the other T1000, just stick with that. So that's about it for this review. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and check out some of my other reviews. And as always, thanks for watching.